if you are sending links and tracking open rates with your cold emails, chances are your cold emails land to spam. And in this video, I'm going to explain why it happens and how to avoid it in the most simple terms possible. All right. So think of the scenario, right? If you ever been to a club or just, went like to an event or like a expensive event, whatever, usually there's like a bouncer or like a security guard trying to, kind of looks at you. Maybe, if there's like a fancy event, you don't want to go in with joggers and, try to, party there, because probably other people are in suits. Okay. So this is the exact same mindset I want to take you into with cold email. Okay. So for example, you have your cold email, right? You send out your, cool cold email that you don't wrote for a few hours. You made, you did market research, but one thing you did is actually send a link and tracked open rates with the cold email. Okay. Now what happens? Okay. So you enter, the spam gates, right? And you want to go through them. Obviously, you don't want to stay behind them because if you do, no one gets your cold email and you're not booking appointments, you're not getting clients. Okay. That's not cool. So so what happens is, let's say this bouncer, right? Again, I try to explain as simply as possible. This bouncer, let's say, will ask you a few questions to your cold email. Okay. And I'm speaking into, theoretical, I think that's the right word to use, theoretical terms, right? This is not what actually happens, but again, I want to explain it in simple terms, like a 4-year-old, right? I'm not saying that you are, stupid or anything like that, but okay, I'm going into like a tangent right now. So basically, again, your cold email, enters the stop sign, the bouncer asks a few questions, okay? What you usually ask, like I guess in this case, look at your cold email, and it checks for a few things: is links, right? And with links, even if you know it or not, open rates, if you're tracking open rates, cold email open rates, it actually puts like a mini 1 by 1 like image. It's called almost a link, a backlink. And the email providers like Google, Outlook, whatever, see those backlinks and actually know that, normal people don't send, don't track open rates. People who track open rates are marketing guys, right? Whether you're sending cold emails or actually marketing campaigns to your like newsletter lists or anything like that, right? So the bouncer checks for links, images, right? Photos of that, weird like structures. So for example, lots of bold text, you know, italic text, like bullet points, right? Bullet points, like this weird stuff that usually people, when they do chat through email with each other, usually they don't send, right? Other thing could also be, like spam words, like flag words, like marketing could be the thing, or like, for you, discount, guarantee, anything like that. These are like spam words that email sees. But basically, just to kind of give a quick summary, the bouncer checks on the email and what it has included in it. Okay, and this topic we're talking about links. Now with links, I know a lot of people, at least used to do more, not these days as of right now, but like Loom strategy, where you send out a Loom video where you have like the image, the link, and everything. And these days it isn't as good as it used to be, since again, a bouncer sees the link and they just don't let you through and you just leave you behind the spam gate, right? And we don't want to do that. So the best practice to actually, not go get behind the spam gates is you write plain text. What I mean plain text is completely write, just by text, right? No links, no text, no images in your initial cold emails, right? Whether it be follow-ups, whether it be, initial cold email. Now you might be thinking like, what if I want to send like a, testimonial video or a lead magnet, right? Which is cool, you can send it, but first let the prospect respond back to you positively or negatively, however you want to do it, and then you can respond back to their email with the link, image, whatever you want to do, okay? Because that way it actually, looks like a conversation. You had a conversation with the prospect. But if you don't and just kind of send links, send images, whatever, then that may seem to the email provider that, hey, this guy's probably sending, some spam, maybe he was scamming people, whatever. Because think of it like, because these days with AI, it's really, really simple to, send thousands, millions of cold emails every single week. And you can be sending spam or scam even. You can be even scamming people. So because again, you're not competing with people, like regular cold emails or anything like that. You're competing all against the world, let's call it this way. And there are a lot of scammers, hackers, whatever. And if you send the link in the initial cold email, there is a much higher chance the email provider going to see you as someone like a bad person, a bad person who sends the cold emails, and then you might get flagged and your emails will not deliver, and it may seem that your campaign is not working, even though the copywriting might be really good, but just the few variables that you did add into your cold email was, trash, and you got fucked, right? Literally fucked. So if you want to actually land into the inbox of your prospects, make it really plain. Don't make it, with links, images, or anything like that. Don't look like someone that's gonna scam people, right? In simple terms. So just write plain text, and then you'll go through, the spam gates and actually land in the inbox of the prospect. Okay. So yeah, this was a quick one. I just wanted to make as clear as possible on why email providers see links and open rates as well. They see the links and they find that your emails might be, someone who might not be the best person to, actually send the email through. On the other hand, if you send, plain text emails, there's a higher chance that you're gonna go through and land in the inbox and then eventually book a meeting. Okay, so I appreciate you. Hopefully made it valuable, and simple to understand on why you shouldn't use links. Because if you are using them right now, stop doing it and test it out without links and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, appreciate you. The first link in the description is gonna be my free Discord community. Join it, ask me any questions that you want, and I'll be able to help you one-on-one if you need to. Other than that, have an amazing day, and bye-bye.